Well, hello, welcome, you guys. Today, what we're going to do, I am going to take you through making a Maria Emmerich recipe, which is her keto refried beans. Her website is right there, ketomaria.com. But we're going to do this, but then I'm going to show you kind of what I would do then for a taco. So we're going to do taco and refried beans. It's all going to be keto. The whole thing is going to be keto. And I'm telling you what, I actually hadn't tried this. This is seriously fantastic. But now today I'm going to use eggplant. And I've already, you'll see what I'm going to do with bacon here in just a second. But I'm going to get that going. This is the easiest recipe ever, and it tastes amazing. Just track with me, okay? Remember, if you were on any of my content, I talked about beans and the carbohydrate content of beans. And so we don't do beans when we're keto. Like 1 cup of any of the major beans, like other than green beans, it's over 40 grams of carbohydrates, like a lot. So we're just not going to do that, okay? We are going to do something completely different. All right. I have in here, you can either use zucchini or you can use eggplant. I did the zucchini this morning. It was fantastic. My husband and I ate that. And then now this is, we're going to make it with eggplant because that's what it calls for. This is onion, garlic, about a tablespoon of jalapeno pepper, onion, garlic, jalapeno pepper that's been de-seeded, only about 1 tablespoon, sorry. But I thought I would do this kind of a different way today where we're just going to watch the recipe making because this is easier for you guys maybe to see exactly what I'm doing. So all I'm doing is, I did the bacon already. That was 4 slices of bacon that were pre-chopped and I fried those up. And now I'm literally going to put the onion, garlic, and jalapeno, and I don't use a lot of jalapeno, you guys. I don't like things to be super duper spicy, but maybe you do. All right, let's see what that looks like. There we go. Okay, now we're cooking. So what I'm gonna do is start cooking down just a little bit. And you can see I do not have a lot of jalapeno in here. I'm a chicken. I kind of did what it called for. Some people would probably want more. Oh well, that's how I roll. Now when it comes to eggplant, you guys, again, like this has not been my wheelhouse in general. Like I haven't done a lot with eggplant. I was very shocked by this. Basically what you're doing is you're taking the ingredients, you're cooking them and you're getting them to be softened. And you're putting them in a blender. And this is making refried beans for you. And I feel like for myself, and this may not be for you, but for myself, one of the hardest places to go and enjoy the food that I'm going to eat is a Mexican restaurant. Because Mexican restaurants to me are all about the chips and the hot sauce. So it's very challenging, I find, to go to a Mexican restaurant. Now, when I do go, what I order 99% of the time is I will order steak fajitas because then I can get the meat with the peppers and onions, all of the good stuff, the guacamole, the pico, all of the good stuff. And I literally just make myself like a steak salad, so to speak. And I don't eat the tortillas. So usually my husband has double the tortillas, which probably isn't very smart, but you know, that's what we do. And because you know, they're little anyway. Okay, so basically what we're gonna do here is we're just gonna cube this up and we're gonna soften it. Eggplant, I feel is a very versatile, it's very versatile. So basically all you're doing is you're cubing this up, and the only reason you're cubing it up just so that they're smaller so they can soften, because you're just going to blend everything anyway. So this is just a softening conversation. I'm going to chop that up. It's just 1 step at a time, you guys. Just like I always say, 1 step, 1 ingredient, 1 recipe. You only need 1 recipe in your repertoire. So this is going to turn out to be refried beans without beans, So phenomenal. I was very impressed. I used the zucchini this morning. This afternoon, I'm using the eggplant so I can see which. You take all of this and you're ending up putting it into the blender. But then I also want to, while this is starting to soften, I want to show you what I'm going to talk about when it comes to taco stuff. So I'm just going to shred some cheese so that I have it ready for tacos. If you have never done Egg Life wraps before, I'm going to just show those to you. This is it's an egg white wrap. It does not taste like a flour tortilla. It's not like, oh, it has that amazing wheat taste. No, but it serves its purpose very well. You could put it in a pan and you could warm it up and you could put shredded cheese on it and turn it into a quesadilla with another one on top. You can use it for like a little bit of a burrito. That's what I'm going to do here, well, a little bit of a taco. You could take a pizza cutter, lay one out on the cutting board, and you could slice it into noodles. And even though you wouldn't have to cook them like you would a noodle, you don't have to cook anything about it. You could slice them and just warm them, even a little bit in a pan, and use them as noodles. You could do so many things with them. Now, Maria Emmerich actually has a recipe where she's taking egg whites and gelatin and she's having you fry it up to make wraps like this. So another thing you could do with these, there's so many good tips with these. You can also warm these. I'm going to try to see if I can have you see that texture as much as possible. You can warm these and you can put butter, like swerve brown sugar and cinnamon, and you can roll them up and have yourself like a little dessert, whatever you would call that. Keeping these on hand, they're super beneficial. And I kind of go in spurts of whether or not I even have them available for myself. Okay. So basically what you would do then is you could heat this up, warm it up. I usually do this in a pan. I don't usually do this in the microwave. Normally that's done in the frying pan to keep it nice and dry. It's a preference that I have for sure, but you can easily set yourself up. This is going to be a Mexican meal, right? So we're going to do a little bit of taco with a little bit of cheese, like this. And then before we serve that, we can put a little bit of salsa on there. And this is all getting softened. And now what we're going to do is we're going to start to add spices to it. And I'm telling you, I am so impressed. So we're going to go ahead and put in some of the seasonings. Let me see here. You can see how soft that's getting. Sorry, I'll go over here so it doesn't cloud you up so much. All right, so far, all we have in here is one eggplant and about a cup of onion with about a tablespoon of jalapeno and a couple cloves of garlic. That's what's in there. Separately, I did 4 slices of bacon that I sliced up and I fried them up like this in little chunks. And now I'm gonna go ahead and add in the spices. See how fast this is? I mean, this is ridiculously fast. So we're gonna do 1 tablespoon of chili powder. I've got 1 teaspoon of ground cumin. So this is a half a teaspoon. So let's do 1 teaspoon, 1/2, and 1. Then we're going to do a half a teaspoon of salt. So I'm just going to sprinkle that in there. This is just sea salt. Okay. And a pinch of cayenne pepper and a half a teaspoon of, they say chopped fresh oregano. I did not do the fresh. I do have fresh cilantro, but there we go. And basically, you're getting all those spices in there, and now we're gonna put it right into the blender, you guys. This is like, in my opinion, I'm just gonna tell you, this is one of the greatest successes when you can recreate things like lasagna and then Mexican food. You're really making great strides in being able to realize that food can be amazing. You can still lose weight. You can still, here, I'll put the bacon in there now. You can still feel so good and eat really flavorful food all at the same time. Gives you a lot of hope, I'm telling you. So I'm just going to put this all in my blender. Can you believe how easy these ingredients are? I mean, this is crazy to me. And the flavor, like I said, wow, it's so good. I would like to know, and again, I can't see any of your comments, so I apologize, but I'll read them when I'm done. I would love to know, because I know that it's hard. Like, being Italian, I know how hard it is to give up cultural flavors if everything is based on starch. All right, let's put this on here. And this is how easy peasy. Okay, that is perfection. I can already tell. Can you see how heated that is? All right, now understand that we're doing an entire Mexican meal here. So it's not just about the refried beans that have no beans in them. The flavor is amazing. So all I have here is taco meat. This was grass-fed ground beef. Life doesn't have to be perfect all the time, but I do what I can when I can. So that was good beef, and then I just shredded some of my own cheddar cheese. I used the Dano taco seasoning because taco seasoning is trash. Like any packet that you pick up, even the ones that are trying to tell you that they're healthy, they're kind of trashy. So either make your own, which is super easy, blending a bunch of spices and keeping them in your cupboard, or buy something like this. In my opinion, that's a good way to go. Then we're going to go ahead and we will take a little bit of hot sauce. You could add, obviously, you already know this, you could add sour cream, you could add guacamole, you can do whatever you want. In my opinion, with the Egg Life wraps, I prefer to have them heated like in a pan. That's just kind of me. But there we go. We've got our little taco thing going now, right? Now, what we can do is take some refried beans and put it on the side. And again, this is made out of eggplant. And then it said, top it with a little bit of fresh cilantro. Now, I like cilantro. I know not everybody does. I personally think it's amazing, so I'm good to go with that. And then it said, buy some of this queso fresco cheese because this is the cheese that you can crumble on top. Doesn't that look lovely, you guys? I'm just telling you, I'm super impressed. Before I wrap up, will you see if there's any questions or if you have time, questions or just comments? Because literally, you guys, that's how fast that was. That's how easy. So that's the refried beans. Let's see if I can show that to you as close as I can. I'm going to actually taste this one because I tried the zucchini one earlier today. I loved it. The flavor profile in here is amazing. I love being with you guys. So I hope somebody makes it this weekend. When, what does it look like? How did it turn out? Post an honest review. Did you like it? Did you hate it? What did you think? I would love to know. I'm going to go eat lunch. Doesn't it look divine? I have a feeling I'm going to start with the chip. I think I'm going to do that first. All right. See you guys later.